very fun. All right. Okay, so for those girls lucky enough to be doing the baloney style curls for the party scene, you're going to start off by doing what's called the Alice in Wonderland, where you have this half up, half down, but Emma, just turn a second. Okay, don't just pull back a little bit here. Make it go from the ears back because you really, really want to be able to see their face, okay? And then what you want to do is just get some of it out of the way. You are going to have to kind of do this in layers, and it does take a little while to do. So don't think you can, 15 minutes before you're ready to leave the house, throw in your Victorian style baloney curls. That's not going to happen.
Absolutely.
Okay? Especially if your daughter has very long hair or even medium length hair. It does just take a while. So I started by getting a lot of her hair up out of the way, so I'm just kind of dealing with this bottom layer here. And section it off. Now it depends on how thick your daughter's hair is, how much you can do at once, okay? If your daughter has really thick hair, you might want to do smaller clumps. Emma's is kind of medium, so just taking about that much there, all right? And then curling iron, obviously. Ooh, before that. And I know this seems gross and this will gross up your curling iron, but you need to have some texture on your hair in order for these things to hold. So I'm just taking a little bit of hairspray, get the extra hold kind, spraying it. Okay, your hands will be disgusting by the end as well, but just get some in there and through. Now you take your curling iron. Okay, and like Amy was saying before, it doesn't have to be any of those really expensive hairsprays you're using. Okay, sometimes the cheaper ones even work better for things like this. All right, and I'm rolling, 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 rolling up. You do want to hold it for a bit. Okay, take it out nice and slowly. All right, and while you have it just done, go ahead and give it a spray. Okay, and this is probably the most important part of it. If you would just leave it like this, by the time the show's ready, this will fall out. So you're going to kind of gather it back up into a little ring. Get some bobby pins, just a pin or two, and you're just going to pin it to your daughter's head like that. Okay, so it's going to stay like that, and then you'll do the next one. All right, I'm just going to show a couple because obviously this is going to take a while. But again, go ahead, give your hair some spray. Work it in. Your curling iron.
Have her like done and like stop the video and then like, you know, put it on and go,
Yeah.
this is what it should
Ta-da!
look like. Yeah.
Right? Okay, hold, hold, hold.
We could do Gabby's because Gabby still kind of has a curl.
Yeah,
You just have to fix the
yeah. And then what I recommend is actually when you go to the school the day of the show, show up with it all with the bobby pins in. And then probably about 10 minutes before the show starts, maybe after you've warmed up or whatever, then you can go ahead and take your pins out, give it one more spray. And then they should stay pretty boingy for the rest of the show. Spray. This is bringing back nightmares.
At least you only have to do 3.
Gather it up, yeah. Right? Do a pin. All right. So that's what you want to do. So I would do this layer. I would bring some more down, do another layer. Do this little bit that the actual ponytail's attached to last. Once you have all of your curls done, pin to your head, give it one more spray. Okay? Then go out to Clinton Township Middle School, do your warm-ups, get yourself ready, and then just a couple minutes before the show's ready to start, go ahead and take your bobby pins out. And they're going to seem like obnoxiously springy up around your head, but once, you know, the show starts and you start dancing, they do relax a bit, and it does end up looking really perfect. Now, if you have that hair and then you have to transition into something, because a lot of girls are going from
Everyone
what? From
goes
that
to a bun.
to either
To a bun.
a mouse or a
Soldier.
soldier. Okay. Well, mice and soldiers are all just concealed in the hat.
Yeah, we could
Right?
pull them tie.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Floppy high bun.
Like, yeah.
So as long as it's just up, if you can do it without ruining the curls.
Well,
like
then they
last
have-
year,
they
Emma
have to go
needed
into
party
S
hair,
buns
and then it
after
had to
for
go
hoops.
into soldier hat. So I just tried to
So
delicately
you can brush it out,
gather
but
them
you still
up,
have to
loose
recurl it.
ponytail, put a hairnet over it, put the soldier hat on top. Okay, and that works just so it, you don't destroy it, because we do have a second show.
We're gonna have to recurl it because they need to put their hair in buns for active.
Oh.
Sorry,
Mm.
families.
Wah, wah. I mean, sometimes even after the bun, if you
Yeah.
can twist it around, they're still not
Yeah,
totally dead. You
yeah.
can just touch them up a bit. But
we'll all bring your curling irons.
yeah, and we'll have curling irons back there. And again, we're going to help. Okay, don't feel like you're being hung out to dry with any hairstyles. That you shouldn't have to lose sleep over that. Just to give you a bit of an idea, that's still a little wet. Yeah, they're still a little wet.
That's okay.
It's okay. See how it just stays? Isn't that fun? All right. And right before the show. Okay. They will come down. You'll have a bunch of those. Okay. And that's it for baloney curl hair.